The poor and the rich, they go to the same market. The poor and the rich, they will eat the same kind of food. The poor and the rich will wear clothes. The poor and the rich will stay in a covered place from rain and sunshine. So the moment they are unable to get this, the poor and the rich, they go to the same market. The poor and the rich, they will eat the same kind of food. The poor and the rich will wear clothes. The poor and the rich will stay in a covered place from rain and sunshine. So the moment they are unable to get this, definitely water will always find its level. That is the cause of the crime. And then IDC is leadership. They now come to political aspect of it, which is also boils down to leadership. Now, the political actors don't have a genuine interest in their country. Everybody is thinking about themselves. Because if you're not thinking about yourself, why would you be able to open your eyes and see people being killed and you do nothing about it? All you do is ensure that you are safe. It's appalling that we have a government that is headed by an ex-military man who should understand the nitty-gritty of taking care of security. But this is not happening. So what do we do? If it was a civilian that was there, it would have been simple to say, oh, it's because they don't understand the nitty-gritty of war or fighting crime and all that. But now we have somebody who has been there for quite a long time. And we have somebody who's there, who saw how it was and says, I can take care of it. I will say, okay, fine. Since this man cannot take care of it, please excuse us, let this man come. And then when you come, you're even worse than the person that was there. So it boils down to leadership.
Thank you very much, sir. So I think you are very close to answering my next question, which is how will you assess the performance of the president as regards to insecurity?
Well, it's a sore thumb that anybody can see. I don't think it needs my assessment, because if you are talking about my assessment, the same way I see it is the same way everyone on the street sees it. Nobody's happy.
Okay, what's your take on the president's comment on the IG losing weight?
It was a joke.
It was a joke.
It was a joke taken too far.
Too far.
I know. The president was trying to be humorous, but not at this time. People are losing life. People are. You went out of the country for 10 days, and then you came back. Even within that 10 days, a lot of things happened. Exactly. And somebody now you came and your children are asking you, what are you going to do with this problem that you met on ground, which has been on ground anyway? And the next thing you say, oh, the IG is working, and the evidence to show that it's working is because he's losing weight. I know he didn't mean it, but you need to, as a public person, you need to look at the environment, look at the atmosphere before you utter any statement. Trump will do that, all right? I will castigate him. But what of our old man? The kind of environment that we are, the environment is too tense for that kind of joke. So I just think that the president should apologize. Exactly. And tell the people that, oh, I'm sorry, I was joking about it. I think it was a joke that went sour. Then that could take care of it. But to say that is when you're losing weight, the children are walking, then all of us will just sleep at home and not eat, so that we'll come out lean and then we show that we're walking.
All right, so considering the ritual-like killing by crime perpetrators by men in the National Police Force.
And so the impression that the police has right from the outset is that this citizen must be suppressed. So now that it has become like, I think the police need a total overhaul and total reorientation. And one of the best way to orientate the police is there should be severe consequences for breaching the line. Now, I can't remember him who said something, rather than punish him or discipline him, he was transferred elsewhere. Recently, I can't remember his name now. Now, that is not the way to go.
But what about in situations whereby we have offenders whose offenses are not that serious? what kind of treatment do you think should be melted out to them? Because these police people, I don't think they understand the gravity of what they are doing. There are some offenders that their offenses are not as grave as some others.
Yes.
So what kind of punishment do you think should be melted out to them?
No, it's not about what I think. The laws are there.
Okay.
What are the stipulated punishment for a particular crime? It should be adhered to the letter. So people say we should make laws. We have enough laws. We have good enough laws. But are they being observed? Are they being served? That's the question. We are a country of man no man. And that's one of the problems that we have. Something happens today, the next thing you hear, somebody picks a phone. And the next thing you hear is, oh, is my uncle, is my brother's daughter, is my uncle's son, is this, is that. And then they water it down. But if the government or the executors of the law does not understand brotherhood, then we are heading somewhere. So it's not what I suggest, but the law is there. It should be applied to the letter.
All right, so far so good. Do you think the IG is the best man for the job so far?
Well, it's Nigeria, we talk about body language. His body language shows that he had something to show or to give. But will he be allowed to do that? Will the system allow him to do that? So that's why I said we need a total overhaul of the system. A total overhaul of the system. The IG, you may have good intentions, but the system may inhibit you from executing those good intentions. That's why I said, whether you are the IG, whether you are the president, whether you are the son of the president, the moment you breach the line, you should face the consequence. And we should stop, we as people, we should stop promoting crime. We should stop supporting criminals. Somebody can come here today on this street and put a basket of groundnut and start selling. And then the law enforcement agents will come. The next thing you hear is you come to my jail, and that doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. Somebody does something that is wrong, no matter how small, so long as it is wrong, it is wrong. If my brother becomes a politician today, the next thing I'm looking for is how I will join him in Abuja. So whatever he does at that time, he's right. After all, the next thing you hear is, you know. So we, even the populace, we are the ones that are even aiding and abetting these people, the crime, and fostering it, because we do not even condemn it. If a Yoruba man is on the seat and does something wrong, they say, feel Mawani. And then when the Igbo man does his own, he says it's because he's an Igbo man, that's why they are persecuting him. Until we realize that the state is more important than any tribe, until we realize that the country is more important than any tribe, then we begin to make headways. So in as much as we have leadership problem, we also have followership problem, because the followers get the kind of leaders they deserve.
All right, I guess we all need a change of attitude. Okay, moving on to my next question. So, of recent, Sarah TV was out on the streets to sample people's opinion on the issue of insecurity, and most of them came to the conclusion that the president is to blame because he does not really have the interest of the citizens at heart. So, what's your own take about that?
You know, from the beginning, I said leadership.
Yeah.
But you can't lay it on the president's table alone.
I think they were saying something about the president not taking actions.
Yes, I agree completely, because the box rises and falls on the president's table. If I was the president, as we speak, all the service chiefs would have been in jail. Number one, the service chiefs, the police chiefs, all of them should have been in jail. Number one. Number two, any state governor that there's anything that has to do with kidnapping, crime reported, your allocation for the month is withheld. What are they doing with the security vote? So if I was the president, that's what I would do. Any state that I hear of crime, especially violent crimes, kidnapping and the likes, your allocation is withheld. I know the Constitution, then all the lawyers will now come out. This is what we are saying. The lawyers will now come out and say the president has no right. Forget what that. Look, a drastic situation requires a drastic solution. These governors, they understand these things. These service chiefs, they know what this thing is all about. But they will not take a step to do it because it's going to touch on some of their personal interest. And so, when the politicians go to vote, it's only they and their wives. You never see their children voting. When there's a protest, you never see their children protesting. Why? Because they understand the danger in that. They could get killed. So they know that these things can harm them. So they keep what belongs to them away. So if I was the president, any state that violence is recorded, your monthly allocations will be withheld. And once you do that, everybody will sit up. The service chiefs, everybody, I will retire them. And the ones that will retire, not just retire and go to sleep, retire and investigate. You need to be hard on these people. It's fine, we are doing democracy. But the kind of democracy that other Western countries practice is based on a system that is on ground. We don't have the kind of system they have. So we can't operate the same kind of democracy that theirs. They have rules. America has standing rules of over 200 years. And then you are 50 years, you want to operate the same. It can't work. There's no plug and play democracy. So we should do our democracy as it suits our own environment. And with that, we will make progress. The president should sit up. The president should sit up by ensuring that all the service chiefs that have failed in their responsibilities, all the ministers that have failed in their responsibilities are called to answer questions. And once that happens, whoever is put there again will understand that this man does not take nonsense. He's not a civilian. You can imagine when President Buhari came, what happened? There was light everywhere. People were going to work as early as possible because of his pedigree during the time of war against indiscipline when he was a military man. The moment they studied him for 1 month, 2 months, I said, okay, this one is like us too. Everybody started coming out. Even Obanikoro, who was accused then, was out of the country. Then when it's discovered that, okay, I think this man is not as tough as we thought, everybody started coming back, and then he came back and then joined APC, and then his sins are forgiven. That is not to be. Whether you are APC, whether you are PDP, the state comes first. And that is what the president is not doing. So for me, all the service chiefs who have been there for quite some time, especially now that it's insecurity everywhere, they should leave and investigate them and prosecute them. Then every other person will sit tight. Even you and I, who are not in this state, will know that, okay, this government is not a government of nonsense. When he was the head of state, he was not in your village, but in your village people queue to enter buses. It was not in my village. We in the supermarket you queue. Nobody shunned. But these days, it's no more like that. So is boiled down again to what I said from the beginning, is a leadership issue. Once the leader's head is properly squared to his shoulder, every other person will sit straight.
So leadership issue it is. Okay, so what's your opinion on the NSAS saga? NSAS.
Well, whether you end SARS, you don't end SARS. The police is the police. SARS is a name. But the attitude is the display is attitude, which goes everywhere. The police that killed the what is his name now? No, not Khaled Johnson. The traffic warden that killed the civil defense man in Abuja. Is he a SARS man? It's not SARS. So it's an attitudinal thing. SARS just happened to be in the forefront. So whatever you do to SARS, do to the other policemen. I know SARS have their own issues because they are in the front line. They see these things happen. They see 419, they see Yahoo Yahoo, they see all that, and they exhibit more of the bragandry because of their peculiar nature. But it does not start and end with them. So we can say yes, end SARS because they deal directly with the people. But that is not to say remove SARS, then the police brutality has stopped. No, it hasn't. So SARS is just one of them, or one of the avenues with which they show their brutality. But an average Nigerian policeman is against the man on the street.
All right, sir. So apart from a change in leadership and the need for fellowships to have a change of mind, what solutions do you think can be preferred to put an end to insecurity?
That is a tough one. That's a tough one. But now it is not electric switch that you just go and switch off and say, okay, it has ended. It has to be a systematic approach. First and foremost, the graduates of today, do they have jobs? Number one. Number two, the politicians, what are their lifestyle? I don't have food to eat. I live in the same street with an ex-honorable or even with an honorable. I don't have food to eat. I trek in the sun. But one person has 20 cars in his compound when he's not a car dealer. So how do you think I will feel? And I'm passing the front of his house. I see 5 Alsatian dogs with a robust plate of food. And I am here, I don't even have food to eat for my children and my family to eat. What do you think run through my mind? So the next person will pay for what I've seen. So it's a system thing. The politicians will first of all learn to live a moderate life. The councillor who will both join buses together at the junction becomes a councillor today. Tomorrow, give him 1 week, he's riding a black big jeep, and he has moved from my area where water has been disturbing all of us. He's now in somewhere. How do you think I will feel? So these are the things that are aiding and abetting crime. Nothing more. So the system has to be overhauled, and then ending crime or ending violent crime is a systematic thing, and we have to start from the top. The politicians should first and foremost stop the money they are collecting. I worked in a bank. My salary for 5 years is what one person is taking for 1 month for doing the job of once a week or twice a week. So number one, let the legislature or senatorship or whatever they call it be voluntary. Let it be part-time. Have your business. Now nobody wants to have a career anymore. Even those that went to the university to learn political science are not even politicians. But you and I, who read biology, who read agricultural science, we are the politicians. And then one person is taking away 32 million naira every month for a job that is twice a week, for a job that you don't buy fuel, you don't pay house rent, you don't pay children's school fees, yet you are earning so much. Then me that I pay house rent, I buy fuel for my car, I pay for my office rent, I buy clothes for my children, I buy food in the same market with them. They're earning so much. Everybody wants to be there. I want my family members to be there because I know that once it gets there, it will take care of all our problems. That's where the problem starts from. So first and foremost, let political appointment or political positions be part-time, especially the senators and the legislators. Let it be part-time. Have your own business. The day there's a sitting, you call for sitting. When we sit down, when we finish, we'll give you your sitting allowance and you go. It's a service to the state, not personal aggrandizement. So why should you earn so much? We send you there to go and represent us. And then you're earning so much, taking care of yourself. And then the most stupid and annoying thing now is people are now, politicians are now making, what they call it, pension benefits for themselves. What pension do you need again? After all the money that you collect for sitting, all the money you collect for consistency project, which you don't do, buy bicycle or buy Okada, buy wheelbarrow, and then you say you have done consistency project, and then you have so much to keep. You already have houses that you're going to live in. You already have enough money to set up a business if you want to set up a business. You already have you already settled yourself, and then you are not saying again that at the end of the 4 years or 8 years as it may be, you have a pension somewhere. It's appalling. So we need to start from there. I wish it were possible, chase everybody out of there, and then we'll now sit down and say, okay, that place is empty. For you to go there, let's agree that it is part-time. So if you agree, then you go. If you don't agree, then you don't go.
That's a nice one, sir. I think I went through a few pages of your book, National Security, and I guess you're providing background check as a way out for that. Can you briefly explain what you mean by that, and how effective do you think this background check can help in providing us the security that we need?
Now, the book is National Security, the background check option.
Oh, sorry.
Now, armed robbers don't live in trees. They don't live in a forest. They live within us. If a landlord, before he gives you a house, tell me where you are coming from, he conduct background check on your previous house. Where do you work? Are you married? Where are you from? If he has all this information, and then he goes to conduct background check, if he says he works in ABCD, you go to ABCD and find, does this man actually work here? Yes, he works here. What position? He is the general manager, or is this, is that? Then you know he works. But you know that the average landlord in Lagos, for instance, let me not say Nigeria, he wants a tenant that can pay his rent as at when due. So go to Shell. This man says he works here. Does he actually work here? Yes. Or no, he doesn't work here. That's point one. Why did you live where you are? Oh, I got married and the house is now too small for me, and that's why I need a bigger apartment. What's the name of your landlord? Ajani Koko. Ajani Koko. There's one Johnson that said he lived there. That man is a criminal. You give me a house because you know who he is. So that's where we are coming from. We talk of fraud. In the average Nigerian company, you commit fraud, the next day they sack you and you go. So the next job is going to get, are you sure he's not going to commit the same fraud? So the next thing I need to do is to verify his previous employment abroad. Why do you think they run away from the police? Because there's nothing you're going to do that is not recorded. So all you need to do is, can I have your social security number or your date of birth? And so if you committed a crime before, it's seen there. And that is the basis for the judge to look at you. So if you have committed similar crime before, the judge says you are not the first time offender, so you serve the maximum punishment. The whole essence of Neighborhood Watch before is to secure the community. They're supposed to be in cluster to secure this particular community. But now, you see them riding bicycle all over the place. They go stand in junction with LASMA controlling. They are not anywhere. I made the proposal to Lagos State government that for this Neighborhood Watch to work, good enough, you have LASTRA, where you register the people in the community, where you know people, the addresses and where people live. Create a cluster of environment. Build a Neighborhood Watch office there, so that everybody in that neighborhood register, get their LASTRA registration data into the Neighborhood Watch office there. If a stranger comes in, you will know. That's why I said this security issue is a long-term planning. A long time. It's not just wake up one morning like let's switch and off. No. So good enough, we have estate these days. 2, 3, 4 estates within an area. Get a Neighborhood Watch office there. Every landlord, conduct background check of your tenant. Bring your background check report to the Neighborhood Watch. That's why they call them Neighborhood Watch. Not police. But are they watching the neighborhood? No. So they can work with background check companies who would work with the landlords and collect background check data of all tenants. That's why Lastra is in the right direction. In fact, if they are really serious about it, without Lastra registration, you shouldn't be able to do some things. If somebody wants to contest for a political position, you go and dig his past to see where you can nail him so that it doesn't become. So the objective is not because of you and I, it's because of themselves. Now, a case in point which I mentioned in the book, a driver that is driving a minister does not have a driver's license. Does that make sense? In a country that we have LASMA, we have the yellow fever, so the traffic wardens as they call them in the local parlance. We have Federal Road Safety Commission. We have the one that wear white, what's their name? Roadworthiness officials, VIO. All these are channeled towards drivers. Nobody else. Yet a person can drive the minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the giant of Africa, and the driver does not have a driver's license. What that simply means is that they didn't conduct background check. Funny enough, the one that even makes us look stupid in the eye of the international community, Atiku, you suddenly realize that he's not a Nigerian. That is what background check would have done from the outset. He served as a custom officer. He served as a vice president. He contested as state governor. Suddenly realized that, oh, he's not a Nigerian, he's a Cameroonian. These are the things that background check would have taken care of from the beginning. So if we introduce it in our companies, introduce it in the government genuinely, then we'll be making headway in our security architecture. So it's not about gun, it's not about if we take background checks seriously, we'll have lesser problem. That is not to say there won't be crime, but the kind of crime that we'll be dealing with is not these petty crimes of neighborhood stealing and all that. It will be the higher crime that the army and the police will deal with. But now we are dealing with so many things. And because we are dealing with so many things, that's why this minor ones of housemaid kidnapping the employer's daughter, it sounds crazy. Because it's not our culture. Somebody comes and say, I'm looking for housemaid. They say, there's one Cotonou man in my area. They can give you, oh my, they're nice one. And then you go and bring him, somebody from nowhere. And then you put him in the charge of your children. And because you're a banker, 5 o'clock you're out of the house, and 10 o'clock you are not back. So that child, that lady is the one that supervises the whole of your house or your home. Then tomorrow, the next thing he comes is family members from the same Cotonou comes and say, your guy is rich. He say, yes, let's carry the children. They will give us money. So if that background check has been a culture, which is what we are driving at, making a culture, not just the government, but you and I, then we will save some of these challenges. Even as simple as marriage. I've seen people who get married to people who do not have a job. But they told the lady that they work in and it takes the hooker, line and sinker. It's after the marriage has been consummated, he realized that he was formerly a driver there, but he's no more there. But these are the things that parents could have taken care of. Anger problems. If a husband would beat his wife to death, or the wife would stab the husband, it didn't start that day. It's part of the nature. If they conduct background check, we know that, oh, this lady has the anger problem. But we need to deal with it. That is not to say you won't marry her. That is not to say you won't marry him. But at least you know what you're up against. So background check will give us information to take informed decisions.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And I hope the solutions you've proffered will be very effective, maybe in 10 years to come or 20 years to come.
If we start now.
Yeah.